What's going on, everybody, and welcome back into another edition, an AFC Championship edition of Chiefs Comments with Kramer. I'm yours truly, Kramer Sansone. Hopefully, we're all having a lovely, wonderful day here in Kansas City or elsewhere in Chiefs Kingdom. I know it's cold here. I know it's snowy down south. It's ridiculous. There's places on fire out there in LA. It's wild time to be alive, but let's be a distraction to it. Let's talk about football. We're down to only 2 games left let's be honest. There's only 3 games left, and we're at least going to be witnessing at least two. I hope. Um, but no, we're gonna talk about the Kansas City Chiefs today against the Buffalo Bills. That's all the comments, questions, concerns we'll be taking from you all. Um, and first things first, if you haven't done so, please like this video. Do not forget to turn on notifications and make sure you are subscribed to us. Please be subscribed to us. We're almost to 600 on YouTube, and we're trying to get to 600 hopefully by the end of the day, or hopefully either on Sunday. But yeah, now if you haven't done so, please turn on notifications, like us, follow us, and interact with us, because we will always interact with you no matter what, because Foolish Club Media is for you. It 100% is. But yeah, let's talk about the injury reports coming into this game. There was a full slate of practices yesterday, a full slate today. The reports of today's have yet to come out. But let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday. Everybody's a full participant. Guys on the names were on the list of Patrick Mahomes, Jawan Taylor, Mike Caliendo, and Jalen Watson. They were all full participants, so that's at least good for the Kansas City Chiefs. For the Bills, there was a couple of limited participants with Matt Milano and Christian Benford, from yesterday, but they were limited, so they could have played today. People who did not practice yesterday was Deion Dawkins and Taylor Rapp, who has a back hip issue with Deion Dawkins' illness. I assume Dawkins is going to be playing this week because he's the big protector for Josh Allen, and Josh Allen probably needs him out there no matter what. The illness might be affecting him this week, but we will probably see him during the game. Other players who are full participant on the list who did show up: Dalton Kincaid, Connor McGovern, Greg Rousseau, Dorian Williams, Tyron Johnson, DeMar Hamlin, and Cam Lewis. Those were the injury reports for the Chiefs and Bills. Now, let's get to the part where, it's clearly your show. If you haven't done so, if you want to put a comment in the comment section right now, you'll be featured live throughout the show. So make sure you do that if you want to participate. Turn on notifications, like I said, subscribe to us, have fun, and let's get to these comments that you all have sent to me previously. The wrong music played there. Sorry, on me.
Let's get to the comments.
Let's get to the first one here. This is coming from Michael. Fun facts. Another fun fact. Out of the 11 wide receivers on both teams, only 2 were on the roster in the last AFC Championship: Shakir and Watson. Also, Mac Hollins has never lost a playoff game, I believe. What's this supposed to mean? Interesting that it's only Watson and Shakir who are the only remaining guys that from the last time the AFC Championship happened between the Bills and the Chiefs. Mac Hollins never lost a playoff game. That I do not know. I cannot confirm or deny it, but that's not good if that's a stat. That means they win playoff games if Mac Hollins is out on the field. It's not good for Kansas City. That's not bad. Let's get rid of that one. That might be a bad omen. Also, if you haven't done so, what's the score prediction you think is going to be for the game on Sunday against the Bills and Chiefs? I'll get to mine at the later parts on the show. Now let's go to the next comment. Make sure to get those score predictions in. Travis says 34-31 Bills. Allen's lost too many in a row. Casey doesn't have the firepower they once had. I can be delusional. 34-31. So for that instance right here, the over hit. I think the over is sitting at 48.5 right now, which I firmly believe that the over will hit. Both offenses for the Chiefs and for the Bills can have some sort of firepower at any given moment. Granted, I know it's taken a handful of either minutes or quarters for the Kansas City Chiefs to actually fully go, because I feel like this season for the Kansas City Chiefs, they started off so slow so many times, except for this probably San Francisco 49ers game where I felt like they were on fire and on hot, and also anytime when they play the Las Vegas Raiders, I feel like they're always on fire and also hot. When it comes to that, 34-31, the fact that you think the Chiefs can get over 31 points, I still think the defense is going to be very strong for both sides. What the Chiefs have only scored 30 points once this year. Getting 31 might be a stretch. I do think the 48.5 the over does happen on that one, but I'm curious. You could be delusional, Travis. I think you could be. So yeah, on the next one, Cam, the over like 48.5, probably going to be a 24-17, hopefully Bills, but the flags could go the Chiefs' way. Okay, more and more flag talk. As people getting tired of this? Like, I feel like watching the game, I've watched numerous amounts of Chiefs games, whether if it is real or simulation, like the stuff I do over at Arrowhead Pride. I've watched so many Chiefs games. Let's stick with the real aspect of it. Patrick Mahomes might get flagged, but it's not like he's the one that's most overflagged quarterbacks in the league. If anything, it's the teams that are playing up against him's fault. So I'm getting tired of all this flag talk of like, yeah, the flags go the Chiefs' way. Yeah, but so could also a turnover could happen, which has happened. A blocked kick, which has happened. A few inches, which has happened. Like, why is it now everyone's like, oh, it's the flags, it's the referees, it's the flags? Can we just stop with this? Because there's literally the referees are not trying to side with the Kansas City Chiefs whatsoever. So I'm actually getting furious over it, and I'm not. You guys know this. I'm not a diehard truther Kansas City Chiefs fan. I love football. I love talking about football. I happen to live in Kansas City and happen to cover one of the greatest teams in football history in the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's just go away with all this flag talk, because the flag, it's the refs are not siding with Kansas City Chiefs. The refs are trying to side with anybody. Say the NFL, if this was get our tinfoil hat on this melting pot that's the NFL is. If they wanted to make a team, the referees team they always side with, it would be an elite East Coast team or an elite West Coast team, either somewhere in LA or somewhere in New York, because they want the most eyeballs there. They're not going to use a that's what we used to be called, a flyover state in Missouri, a flyover city in Kansas City. We ain't no flyover city anymore. We're put on the map now. And you can thank I guess you can thank the rest for that because of how everything's going. Because I mean, everybody hates Kansas City. I'll be honest. I've dipped my toes outside of the kingdom to see what other people are saying about the Chiefs, and I'll tell you what right now. It ain't pretty. It might be even more vulgar than what people were saying with the Patriots dynasty that's happened. Because we're living through a dynasty right now with Kansas City Chiefs. Just saying. Sorry I got worked up about that, but my goodness. Let's go away with the flag talk, please. This one's from Jairus. This is the Super Bowl. I do think the Eagles or the Commies have what it takes. I don't think the Eagles or Commies have what it takes to be either team, but continued. I had to space this one out. But with that being said, Taylor Swift bringing one of her super hot, super famous friends, I can see the Chiefs winning this one 27-24. So the star power in the stands is the reason why the Chiefs will win this week. I'm curious if Caitlin Clark will show back up. Well, we already know she's a diehard Chiefs fan. She's gone to games, at least one game throughout her entire every year of her life, which is awesome. That's cool. If you have something that you do that with your family and friends once a year, go to a Chiefs game, by all means, go for it. And the fact that she got to sit up in the suite with Taylor Swift, pretty sweet indeed. But I mean, there's so many stars now watching or enjoying football because of Taylor Swift. Get them up in the press box. Let them have some fun, or not press box, but at least the Taylor Swift seat. Have some fun up there. Maybe that's the good riddance or the good juju that you should have, is to have the most star power, famous superstar, super hot, apparently, for how Jairus sees it. Yeah, Chiefs winning 27-24. I kind of like that score more. Just saying, the 27-24 outlook on that. But yeah, if you haven't done so, if you have a score prediction of this week's game, feel free to put in the comment section of either X or YouTube. If you also haven't done so, please subscribe. Do not forget to turn on notifications. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're pretty darn close now, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Then once we get to 600, we'll go to 700. Then we'll go to 800. Then we'll go to 900. But thank you for all your support and everything that the Kingdom does for Foolish Club Media, because we want to spread open our arms and give you a hug, handshake, however you want to enjoy this football season with us. But no, this one's coming from Kobe in the Chiefs comments. 34-30, Chiefs, depending on refs, fair game. 31-24 Bills. So if it's a fair game, he thinks it's going to be 31-24 Bills. But if it's a Chiefs game, it's going to be a 34-30. You can't just give me two scores like that, Kobe. That's not fair. And also, the ref talk, again, do you think the refs want the Bills to? Honestly, I hate the Bills. That's one of my least favorite sports franchises of all time because of what they've done in order to get the kingdom. And also, they're very idiotic and dumb in their front office. So why would I want to appreciate what the Bills do? I'm just saying. I just saying. As a football truther standpoint, I'll be an NFL truther. I can do that. I can don the oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name now? The guy who's always showing up at games wearing the NFL either the cap or it looks like he's wearing the vest as well. Rob Lowe, there we go. I could be him for goodness sakes. I just enjoy football. Just saying. It's come from Creighton. Mahomes proves once again why he's the best of the best. Hollywood Brown and D-Hop had 3 total targets last week between the two. That is truly, I mean, honestly, I overlooked that stat because nobody really cared at that point in time last week. Everyone more worried about whether or not the Chiefs were going to win. And I felt like the game last week, the Chiefs, still felt like they had majority control that entire game just because of how that front seven, how that defensive line was able to force the pressure, get all the sacks. They did get CJ Stroud. From just watching it, I could just tell, like, okay, no, the Chiefs are clearly still the better team in this one. And I feel like they still have the edge. Now, with that being said, the Hollywood Brown and D-Hop targets, D-Hop barely played. I honestly feel like D-Hop's a little bit hurt right now. So 3 targets from last week, it makes sense. Maybe all of the Hollywood Brown should be getting, because I know D-Hop got at least 1 targeted once. The other 2 came from Hollywood Brown. But yeah, no, that's Mahomes can. Reason why Mahomes did good last week is Travis Kelce went off. Travis Kelce had a Travis Kelce game last week. So that's the reason why you don't need Hollywood Brown or D-Hop. They have this now thinking about it. They have so much firepower, so many offensive weapons. There's more offensive weapons on the Chiefs side than what the Bills have on their side. All the Bills have is basically what Josh Allen and Khalil Shakir, or if you want to say Amari Cooper is somewhat elite. I'm still siding with Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, a 50% D-Hop, a healthy Hollywood Brown over any of the offensive weapons the Bills have. Like I'm good. Like the Chiefs, if you're edging the Chiefs on the offensive game, yeah, they definitely get the edge on that. So that's a good one, Creighton. This is Jake. Bills will double Kelce and try to blitz. Bills will also run jumbo offense with an extra lineman, more linemen. Something they barely did 2 or 3 plays in the regular season matchup. So they're going to overload it and just run down our throats. Is that what we're expecting here, Jake? They could. And the Chiefs have a good rush defense, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. Josh Allen will beat the Chiefs with his legs. Like, that's going to happen. I expect Josh Allen to score the first touchdown in the game with his legs. But no, I don't know. It could be that defensive heavy. They should double up Travis Kelce from what we saw last week with the Texans, because I feel like the Texans were playing everybody straight up, knowing how not much of a good regular season Travis Kelce had. I'm not sure if that's even why they didn't double him up often. But no, I could see and believe Travis Kelce getting the double up treatment. But Travis Kelce also gets targets when he's playing the Bills. I know he got like 4 or 5 targets this year, but before that, getting 10 targets in consecutive games, including he's going to get 10 targets. Like, I guess you're going to have to double up Kelce, but that means you're leaving up Hollywood Brown on one-on-one or Xavier Worthy on a one-on-one. I would side with Hollywood Brown or Xavier Worthy the entire time. I don't think the Bills defense is even that good. I think it's regressed from last season. I'm not saying that they might be out of the 4 teams that are still here, they might be the 3rd best defense, with the 4th being the Commanders. But the Chiefs should be able to do fine. But the thing I'm more concerned about is whether or not the offensive line can keep Mahomes protected long enough in order to get those open shots downfield. That's where I'm more worried about, because it's all in the trenches. And if the trenches for the Chiefs can play great, then that's good. From Carter, D-Hop legacy game. No, this isn't going to be a D-Hop legacy game. I do think he's still hurt. He did something to his meniscus, whether either last season or during training camp, or even just doing the warm up for it. And I don't think it's healed properly. I know he was still dealing with it when he was in Tennessee this season, and it could have a little flare up right now. Who knows? The weather got cold. He barely played he played less than 30% of the snaps last week. I could see that possibly happening again. Maybe he's like a little decoy out there because he has very good hands, because you need him out there no matter what, and you expect him to get a ball. He's not going to drop it. Just saying. But no, D-Hop legacy game, I don't see it happening. I don't. I wish someone could prove me otherwise. But his usage, it's great whenever he does get the ball thrown to him because he will make the play, but it's few and far between because he's being covered. So I don't know. Do the effort. D-Hop open somewhere down there. So yeah. It's come from Creighton as well. Chiefs playing for the three-peat come February. KC 30, Buffalo 28 spread covers. Okay. I can get with that. I can. Yeah, no, that's the last comment we have. I didn't realize that. Yeah, if you have a comment right now for Chiefs comments with Kramer, feel free to put that away. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers on there. If you haven't done so, please repost this, like this on X. I'm going to do so. But my prediction for this week's game, the AFC Championship, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I lean one way. And that one way isn't going to be well-liked, for my opinion. I know I've been harping the drum of, yes, Chiefs, three-peating it. But more and more I think about it, I'm still talking myself into the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game against the Buffalo Bills. The defense for the Bills doesn't concern me, but what does concern me is for the Kansas City Chiefs not being able to move the ball down the Bills' throat because of Mahomes not being able to have his time in the pocket. That's what concerns me. If Mahomes can at least get over 3 seconds of time in the pocket before rolling out, doing anything to help extend the play, get further down the field, that's a must, but I just don't trust it with this offensive line group right now. Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, and Joe Thuney have done so much to help this. Mike Caliendo as well. But, man, even at times, Joe Thuney did not look great last week against the pass rush. But he's also going to get to Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. But if the Chiefs can stay upright, limit the turnovers, and win a turnover battle, I think the Chiefs win this one 30 to 37. No, sorry. 30 to 27. I don't know why the 37 came out. But if the turnovers are there, it's going to be a long day for the Chiefs. And also, if the Bills win the coin toss and they move down the field in 8-9 minutes, it's going to be a long day. And I feel that. I feel like it would be a long day. Oh, the more and more, do I still want I'm sticking with Chiefs. They're going to three-peat. And that's just going to happen. The rest is history. But no, this has been Chiefs Comments with Kramer right here on a Thursday, or every Thursday at 2:30. We can talk with each other. However, comment-wise, feel free to comment during the show, after the show, before the show, or however you want to get a hold of me, But have a good rest of your day, Chiefs Kingdom. It's cold out there in Kansas City. It's going to be a cold one this weekend. Stay warm. Have fun. Be safe. And let's get that dub. I want to keep talking to y'all because it's football. And football's almost over with. 3 games left, people. 3 games. 2 for the Chiefs because that last game that they're going to play is either against the Commies or the Eagles. Talk to you next week because you know what? It's Pro Bowl week next week. We're going to kick back and relax because there's going to be no Chiefs person going to the Pro Bowl this year because they be getting ready to go to New Orleans. Have a good one, everybody.